MikroTik CRS520-4XS-16XQ-RM. Honest proof that 100 gigabit Ethernet switching has changed forever. The MikroTik CRS520-4XS-4XQ-RM is a high-density, rack-mounted network switch built specifically for environments where moving enormous amounts of data quickly is not optional. It is mission-critical. Think of it as the traffic controller for a sprawling digital highway, managing data flowing between servers, storage systems, and upstream internet connections simultaneously. A small ISP operator once described the moment he installed one as the first time his core network stopped feeling like a bottleneck and started feeling like genuine infrastructure. It fits neatly into a standard one-unit rack space, runs MikroTik's RouterOS software, and delivers 16 ports capable of 100 gigabits per second each. Imagine never watching your network ceiling again. Here's where it gets interesting. The practical benefits of the MikroTik CRS520-4XS-16XQ-RM are not abstract. They show up immediately in daily operations. First, port density alone removes the need for multiple aggregation devices, which means fewer failure points, less rack space consumed, and lower ongoing hardware costs across your entire infrastructure. Second, the quad-core ARM processor running at 2 GHz with 4 GB of DDR4 RAM means this switch handles advanced routing, firewalling, and traffic management at the same device level, removing the need for a separate router in many deployments. Third, the dual hot-swappable power supplies and 4 hot-swappable fans mean maintenance happens without pulling a single cable or scheduling a downtime window. A network engineer managing a regional ISP described replacing 3 separate devices with a single CRS520 unit and recovering half a rack in the process. That kind of consolidation changes operational planning. Are you still running separate devices that could be unified under one roof? Picture a multimedia studio handling uncompressed video transfers across a production network that was consistently hitting its ceiling during peak render hours. Every bottleneck cost real time, and time in post-production is never free. After deploying the MikroTik CRS520-4XS-16XQ-RM as their core switch, the transfer ceiling simply disappeared. The 16 QSFP28 ports, each capable of 100 gigabits per second, with flexible breakout configurations down to individual 25 or 10 gigabit links, meant every workstation and storage node got exactly the bandwidth it needed. No compromise. One engineer admitted he expected a learning curve with RouterOS, and almost chose a more familiar brand instead, but the hardware offloaded Layer 3 routing handled inter-VLAN traffic without touching the CPU in ways he had not anticipated. That hardware offload capability is actually where the story gets more interesting, and we will come back to it shortly. After testing a few options, one thing became clear. Don't just pick any core aggregation switch. Make sure it has hardware offloaded Layer 3 routing, so you never waste your time on CPU-bound forwarding bottlenecks at 100 gigabit speeds again. The MikroTik CRS520-4XS-16XQ-RM earns its position here because of how it combines switching density with genuine routing intelligence. The Marvell Prestera 98CX8410 switch chip handles line rate forwarding in hardware, while the powerful ARM CPU manages BGP, OSPF, VRF, policy-based routing, and deep traffic monitoring without interference. Serve the Home's review highlighted the dual 25 gigabit links between the CPU and switch chip as a meaningful architectural advantage over switches limited to 1 gigabit management paths, a detail that matters enormously at scale. A data center customer reviewing the unit directly stated that Layer 3 hardware offload worked flawlessly across their production environment and that performance simply flew. That unresolved point from earlier, the hardware offload limitation on multiple bridges, is real and documented, but in single bridge deployments, which represent the majority of data center spine and ISP core use cases, it simply does not apply. It sounds complex, it really isn't. The MikroTik CRS520-4XS-16XQ-RM delivers one of the most competitive combinations of 100 gigabit port density, intelligent routing capability, and redundant hardware reliability available at this price point. Network engineers and data center operators across multiple regions have adopted it as a legitimate alternative to traditional enterprise-class hardware. Worth exploring. If you are ready to take a closer look, the affiliate link is waiting in the description below. No pressure, just a direct path to better infrastructure. Every great network starts with one honest decision.
For demo videos and current pricing, check the link in the description.